Every year we sit here and destroy new home shirts. We piss off loads of kit suppliers, so we're going to back up our facts now. I've gone away and designed 20 Premier League new home shirts, and Thog Dad's going to see them for the first time. You ready?
You're going to get roasted, Theo. Now, I've not seen any of these kits, but after all this work, Theo, you deserve a like.
Really? Well, maybe choose whether you want to like after you see the kit. Here is the first one. We're starting with Arsenal. What's your thoughts on that?
It's very tidy, Theo. It's a darker shade of red. You've got a zigzag pattern down the front.
Yes.
I like the sleeves in red. It's very, very nice. What I love about that, Theo, is the Gunners logo. It's bold. It's proud. It's very nice, that, Theo.
I wanted to mix classical, original Arsenal, the new Gunners logo, but also with a twang twist, a bit of modern touches, and that's why the design is on the front. I think if Arsenal released this, there would be a massive hype around it.
This is very good. You've started well, B+.
B+, we'll take that. I need some A grades, and we're talking about an A, Aston Villa. Here's their new home shirt made by Thogden himself.
Is that Aston Villa or is that Burnley, Theo?
What? Well, it's claret and blue. You have to cut it down the... Really,
Fair
you don't
enough,
like this?
Theo. I'm being a bit harsh there. There's a sort of faint pattern there, isn't there, Theo? Lots of squiggly lines on the front. That's all right.
First thing I did, I brought back the old badge because I don't like the new one. Castor often keep their kits simple, so I've gone for that.
Do you know what? I like the simplicity of this, Theo. You've got the light blue on the sleeves, haven't you there, Theo? Do you know, overall, Theo, it's a decent shirt, B-.
B-. Well, as far as Bournemouth shirts go, I think I've absolutely smashed it here. There's not much you could do to a cherry shirt to make this better. I've gone for a nice design along the front. You can see the red and black. It stops at the top. The Bournemouth logo and Umbro fit perfectly in between the red stripes. What's your thoughts?
You've gone for a polo collar at the top there, haven't you, Theo? Well, first of all, it's very Bournemouth.
Okay.
It's red and black. Immediately, I'm drawn to these thick, vertical black lines, Theo.
Well, what I did is I actually made the Daffabet completely white because this year, the top of it is in yellow. And I would have made sure that the sponsor stays completely white, so it complements the Umbro badge as well. So what's your thoughts overall? What ranking are you giving me?
Again, I'm afraid I can't roast you just yet. This is a nice kit.
A-? Go on.
Straight B.
Oh. Brentford, and I've gone bonkers. I've taken away the red and white stripes. This would be iconic. Thin white lines, Hollywood bets, Umbro again. It's Brentford with a whitened out badge. Give me your thoughts.
I'm thinking that the guy who wears this is going to be an umpire at an American baseball game, Theo. Or it reminds me, you know, when you go 10-pin bowling like we did the other day?
Yeah.
It's like the shirt you'd wear there.
Oh, but Dad, come on, you're roasting me, but this is lovely. I really was proud of this one.
I'm sorry, look, it's better than the Brentford shirts. That's not saying much.
It's not Boston Red Sox, it's Brentford.
It's baseball-y, Theo. It's not bad. I mean, you've got the white pinstripes, you've got the red. It's not bad, but it's not great. Overall, Theo, I'm sorry, a straight C.
No! Brighton now, and I know they usually go for the thick white lines. Well, I thought, why not take them out and come back with a slight design as it shades out? Amex on the front, the Brighton badge. What's your thoughts?
I'm thinking Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, Theo. You've got 2 stairways at the bottom, then you've got 3 stairways at the top, so how does that work?
I think it's wacky. I think it's giving a mix to what they're currently going for. It's like taking what they usually do as inspiration and then adding a twang to it. What's your thoughts?
I suppose you've got the blue of the waves. Brighton and Hove Albion is on the south coast of England.
Absolutely.
You've got the waves there, haven't you? Light waves, not been much of a storm here. It's all right. It's actually quite stylish, this, Theo.
Dad, it looks like a Fatboy Slim album cover. This is a piece of artwork.
At that moment, Theo, I was thinking music and creativity. It's the sort of... It's not really a football shirt.
But that's what Brighton represents, Dad. Come on, give me a good grade.
I'm going to give you, for that reason, Theo, for the creativity, a B+.
I'll take it. We're cooking. Burnley now, and feast your eyes on this, Thog Dad. It's artwork. It really is artwork. It looks like someone's got a paintbrush and splashed it all over the kit. Now, come on. Burnley Football Club, this is their year. Vincent Kompany, not an English manager for once. They've got foreign players from all around the gaff. Vincent Kompany's really done his scouting and his research. They're mixing it up this year, so they need a bonkers shirt. They're going to be surprising the many. You know, James Trafford won't be wearing this because he's got a goalkeeper shirt, but the rest of them will, and I think it would sell loads.
I want to ask you a question, Theo. Do you really hate Burnley that much?
Dad, come on, this is brilliant. This is like the clouds around Burnley because it's always cloudy there. Yeah. And then the comeback to the Premier League, they're shocking the scene. So it's all a bit everywhere. I feel like there's a message under it.
Do you know what, Theo? I actually quite like it. My first thought was paintball. It's like you've just played paintball.
I see that.
And you've got a few shots on you there.
I see that.
But that's not in a bad way. That's actually a nice shirt.
The thing is, Umbro would never make a kit like this. But the great thing about me redesigning kits is I can show you something that's a bit more creative, a bit more quirky. I know there's going to be many Burnley fans watching this that dislike this and hate this, and if they ever released it, they'd probably boycott it. But it's something new and different, and the club is stepping up. It's coming to a new level, and with that, they need to try something out there. And this is probably my most quirky kit of the video.
I tell you what, Theo, for that reason, of course you've got the WW88, that's not your fault.
You can't
You've
change
got to
that.
put that on there. But for the creativity, the artistry, Theo, A-.
I've got into the A's. I can't believe this kit made it out of all of them, but come on. I've recreated Chelsea's shirt, and based off what they've released this year, they've needed it. And this is what I've gone for. Based off last few years' designs, they love a gold outline. You can see the gold outline around the crest, around the Nike tick, and the Trivago, which is rumoured to be the new sponsor. It's on the third kit this year. Then, what is Chelsea? Well, it's blue and white. That's what the logo represents. So what I've gone for is a main primary blue with a shade across the front in the hoops, which is a darker blue, and then a bit of white. What do you think?
I think it's the ghost of a QPR shirt, because you've got
No,
hoops
I'm
that
not
are
having it.
coming from below, Theo, as if they want to escape.
If the hoops were blue and white, I'd get your point. This is a darker blue. This resembles previous Chelsea kits where they've gone on great Champions League runs. I could see Drogba wearing this.
I would love to see that, Theo. Of course, hoops, you think Reading, you think QPR. That's the first thing I see. Secondly, Theo, you've got the sort of white-grey sleeve cuffs and you've got the white underarm. Does that work for you?
I think it does. You need a touch of white to complement the Nike swoosh, and that's what I've gone for.
In the past, there's been good Chelsea shirts. This isn't one of them.
Well, this is shocking.
C+.
C+. Well, we move. Crystal Palace, and I'm not talking AFC Richmond. I've come up with a red and blue striped shirt because this year they've released a half red, half blue, and every Crystal Palace fan knows they need to go back to their original, their roots, and I've done just that. Now, what I've done is a slight squiggly line design on the shoulders, but kept it fully blue. Touch of white because that is in the badge. You know, Crystal Palaces are white and bright, and then along the front, you've got the cinch, which I've kept white and black, like the shoulders, and a red and blue striped shirt. Thogdad, give me your thoughts.
Well, I'll tell you what, my great-granddad played for Crystal Palace back in the day, Theo, and I think you'd be proud to wear this. It does have a retro historical feel, Theo. I agree with you. These half and half shirts, not working for me. That's a good shirt, Theo.
I think the best way to look at it, if you ask most Palace fans watching right now, would you take the current kit or what I've produced? They're taking what I've produced, and I think you're the same here.
I'm giving you a straight B for that. You've done a good job.
Over to the northwest, we're going to Everton now, and Hummel are the kit suppliers, and I took that and made a Hummel slide design on the front. You've got to keep the stake.com, but I kept it completely white to complement a full white-out Everton logo. It's different, it's controversial, but I'm going for it.
It's interesting, Theo. First of all, the colour, it's a little bit washed out for me. Now, I put the Everton shirt top. This is a bit lighter from first glance. You've got the rhombus patterns in there. That's all right. That's quite nice, Theo. You've got some patterns there, dots, I think, on the shoulders. You've done a reasonable job there, but it's not as nice as the home shirt.
No, it isn't. It isn't as nice as the home shirt, but it is both our favourites. I gave it second, you gave it first this year. I can't top it, but it's got a nice design on it, and I think it's not bad.
I like the simplicity, B-.
Over to Fulham now, and last year I went for a full whiteout kit, and you ranked it my lowest out of them all. This time, I took your notes from it, and a lot of comments were roasting me too. Fulham's logo has black, red, and white, and I've put that all in the kit. As you can see, there's a quite triangle shade on the front because I wanted to add something to the white. Then in the shoulders, it gets a bit mad. You've got the Adidas stripes in grey, then you've got a line of red, then you've got black in the middle, then white under it. What's your thoughts?
I think if you go to the club shop at Fulham, you go to the section marked leisure wear, this is where you find that. It's a nice polo shirt. It's Adidas. You've got some stripage going on there.
Yeah.
It's got the Fulham colours. So the FFC in the club logo is represented here and here, Theo, on the shoulders. I like that. The pattern on the front, I'm trying to work out. I had chessboard vibes. I know it's got triangles. I'm trying to work that out. A bit matrixy going on. But you know what? It's not too bad. You've put some effort into this. I can see that. B-.
Okay, you're roasting me today. Over to Liverpool. Now, I've gone with the red and white because I like what they've done with this kit this year, but I've added something that they really needed to do, and that was a texture along the front. And I've added this hexagon vibes, and it's landing perfectly with the whited out Liverpool kit with the standard charted and the Nike swoosh. This, for me, would be the perfect Liverpool strip. What's your thoughts?
I'm thinking of the Giants Causeway in Northern Ireland. You're trying to think, what is that? It's a geological formation next to the sea with hexagon formation. So I see that immediately. Lots of Liverpool fans in Ireland, by the way. That's not a bad thing.
You're gonna love it.
It's a nice shirt. Of course, I love the live bird badge. That is so classic. That screams football, doesn't it, Theo?
Of course, yeah.
You've done this white thing under the arms. I'm not mad keen on that. But overall, you've done a reasonable job.
I've not changed it too much, so you can't really roast me.
You haven't. And B, straight B.
I'll take a B. Luton Town. Now, I took inspiration from this year's kit. They've got the white line along the side, but I think I've improved it. I've gone for a retro sort of vibe. You know, it's very Luton Town. This screams Kenilworth Road. The utilita on the front, the Luton badge with the black outline, the Umbro blacked out with the collar in that sort of, what is it, tangerine sort of vibe?
Oh, wait, I'm taking a call, Theo.
What is it?
Yeah, it's my grandma on the phone. She wants her wallpaper back, Theo.
No.
From the 1970s, yeah? We've taken it off her bungalow wall. She wants it back.
You're mugging me off,
What
Dad.
are you doing here, Theo?
You don't like this?
It's 1970s vibes, and I was brought up in the 1970s. In one way, it was brilliant. In one way, it was absolutely and I'm not sure. It's a bit wallpapery, Theo.
Well, the new kit isn't great if you don't like this.
Okay, I'm going to try and be nice for a bit. It's very Luton Town. You see it and think Luton Town.
Yeah.
I like the sort of, is that sort of the V-neck collar going on?
Yes.
That's quite nice. You've got the Umbro badge. The sponsor's logo is a bit big. You've tried to be different, Theo. And I'm going to give you, despite all that roasting, because it's different, a B.
A B. I'm getting a lot of Bs here. Here's my redesign for Manchester City Football Club. Now, they're the champions. They needed something statement. We need to get this spot on, and I think like I have. I've got the sky blue colour all over the shirt, a lovely texture along the front, the Etihad Airways in white, as it always is. Dad, tell me you like this.
Do you know what, Theo? This is really interesting, and my eyes are drawn to that pattern in the middle, and I'm trying to work out whether it's a butterfly or whether, in fact, it's the B of Manchester. Did you intend that?
No, of course I didn't.
Can you almost see that? Or maybe it's you see some sort of butterfly.
Where did you even
or
get that
bee?
pillow out of nowhere? You
It's
mug.
over there, I know.
You're crazy.
Right, so overall, Theo, I mean, obviously the Manchester City badge sets that off.
Yeah.
It's very Man City in the light blue. It's very classic. You know what? This is probably one of your best designs.
Yeah, I'll take it. Surely this gets in the A grades.
Do you know what, Theo? People are calling you a closet Man City fan. I don't know what you think of that.
Shocking,
Because you've been
shocking.
roasting Man United so much. This is A- material.
I'll take that, and I think we've designed a very good shirt. If they released this, I think it would sell well. Roast me all you like, say that I don't like Man United, but forget it all because I've designed a beautiful Manchester United shirt. You've got the black collar, the white and black on the cuffs, the team viewer out the front, the old Adidas retro badge. I think if they released this, it would be a classic. And if they had a great year with it, it'd be a vintage. It would be one that just rises in value. Dad, tell me you like it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Theo, I lived in Manchester in the early 90s. The Stone Roses were going strong and all those bands, and we were hanging out at Dry Bar and what have you.
Where you
That
going
is
with
the
this?
sort of shirt, if you're a Man United fan, that you'd happily wear.
Yeah.
Because what you've got in there is that flowery design, and that is very late 80s, early 90s. This is what you'd buy in Affleck's Palace if you're a Man United fan. And I like it, Theo.
Okay.
I like this a lot because it's got a retro vibe. But when you think Manchester, like I say all the time, it's about culture, it's about music, it's about the indie scene, yeah?
Yeah, that's
it's
what it's
about
about.
the alternative scene. And this kind of sums that up. Adidas, very nice. You've got the stripes, you've got the black and the red, you've got all the Man United colours. Do you know what? You've done a superb job with this.
I'll take that.
A.
A! Get in! I finally got an A! Last year I went for this rose design and everyone was roasting me on Twitter about it. I've played it safe, I've got a nice texture, I think I've ticked all the boxes. I'll take my A, let's move on. Over to the Geordies, Newcastle United, with that new Saudi sponsor. I've put it in gold, I've got the black and white stripes, of course. What do you reckon?
I'm fuming, Theo.
Why?
Because there isn't a massive bottle of Newcastle Brown on the front. That's
I know,
why.
but I can't change that,
That
Dad.
is true,
I can't.
that is true. You can't change the
The
sponsor.
rules with this was like same sponsor, same kit supplier. You know, that sticks the same. Imagine they were playing in it. They should have put a touch in gold in it. I think I've done a much better job than they've released this year.
Again, Theo, I like this because it's classic Newcastle United
Yes.
Football Club. I can imagine Alan Shearer wearing this, or Peter Beardsley back in the day, and banging in the goals. It's very good. I like the stripes that you've done on the sleeve cuffs, 2 in white, 1 in black. Overall, again, I'm sorry to do this, B+.
Ooh, we'll take that. I'll
That's
take
not
it.
bad, is
98s, yeah. Let's talk about Nottingham Forest. Every year they keep it pretty simple. I've gone for a red to white shade. You've got Adidas on the front. You've got the white stripes. Give me your thoughts.
Well, I've not seen the Barbie movie yet, and I need something to wear when I go to see it, so maybe this is the one.
It's not
Theo.
pink, is
It's
it?
pink at the bottom, and
yeah.
it turns in, it's sort of a salmony pink, and there's this fade going on, Theo.
You've got the river right by the stadium. You have fish there. You've got to go for a salmon pink.
That is a very good point, Theo. I hadn't thought of that. It's a little bit washed out. I love the Forest badge. I always have, yeah?
It's a great badge, yeah.
It's,
Two
you know,
stars on top.
it's that oak tree, isn't it, Theo? Someone's going to tell me I'm wrong there. And it's the River Trent, the waves below it.
I went for something different. Didn't land. Give me your thoughts.
Tried, Theo, C+. Sorry.
Sheffield United this year have dropped a full red-out kit. I want the stripes back, and I've done it with a bit of class. As you can see, a quite shade out on the white, the red with the Sheffield United badge and the area kit supplier right in the middle of the red stripes. I've kept the shoulders simple. It's a simple town. They're working class, they're hard working, and I think they deserve a kit, something spiced up like that. What do you reckon?
Interesting. I'm trying to get my mind around this there. When I think Sheffield United, well, I think beer actually at the Sheffield Tap, but I think black and white and red, and you've got that in the club badge. Elsewhere, you've got red, a sort of washed out red. You've got pinks and greys, and what colour is that down the centre?
It's white.
Is it white? But it's sort of an off-white, isn't it, Theo?
It's an off-white, yeah. Something you
sort
mix
of,
it up.
And I'm not sure that works for me.
Yeah.
As a football shirt, I'm not sure it works. As a leisure shirt, possibly, as a sort of an alternative.
It helps the badge stand out, Dad. That's important. You want it to be big on the chest.
This might grow on me, Theo, but I'm not utterly convinced. I'm just going to give you a straight C for this.
Okay. Tottenham every year mess up their kits. Dad, I think I've cracked it here. I've made a good Tottenham home shirt. I've gone down the middle, AIA on the front. It's red, it's navy, it's got a lovely design on the front. Tell me you like this.
All I can say, there's some PR agency getting paid millions to do a job, Theo, to sort of design these kits. Do you think you can do a better job than the professionals?
I think I've given a better base option than what they've released to millions of people. So, yes.
And I agree with you, Theo.
Ooh.
This is nicer than the Spurs kit, and we shouldn't be sat here saying this. You're just some kid with a computer. You've designed a nicer kit than what the PR team for Tottenham has done, Theo.
I appreciate that.
And what I like about it, again, the simplicity. It's navy blue, I think, in the shallow V collar.
Yes.
You've got navy blue on the sleeve cuffs. You've got that nice pattern there, a sort of a W pattern all the way through. And what I really like, Theo, Nike swoosh, the Tottenham badge, the cockerel, and the AIA.
Well, the great
right
thing about the
down
cockerel, it should be in the middle. It stands out there. I can imagine Kane wearing this and scoring 30 goals.
And the AIA, I know it's very big, but it actually provides some colour.
It
so
does.
for once, we're looking at the sponsor's logo and saying
this is one of the best
it adds
sponsors in the Premier League because it's symmetrical. So is the kit design I put on the front. So is the Nike swoosh and Tottenham down the middle. This could be the perfect Tottenham shirt.
And I hate to say this, you've got another A.
Yes! For West Ham here, we've gone with a nice design on the front. Now, on the claret, you can see this kind of swished out design. That's actually some Upton Park pictures removed and taken away and thrown in different locations. The Betway, what I've decided to do to this, you can't change that. So I added a thin blue line so it complements the shoulders. What's your thoughts?
Well, Betway will probably not be very happy with you because these firms, they like to do things exactly their way, don't they?
They do, that's true.
But apart from that, Theo, I like the fact that there's a nod here to Upton Park. Anyone who went to Upton Park knows that it's a classic of football, a good old East End ground. So I like what you've done there. It's a very interesting pattern. You could look at that for hours and see new shapes and what have you. I like that. Overall, it's not bad. I'm putting this B-.
B-. Okay, we move. Finally, we're on to the final kit, but I think it's one of the best ones I've designed. It's the Wolves shirt. Now, I've gone for this rough wolf pack feel on the front. They've got to be dangerous next year. They're going to surprise people. Their home form is what usually keeps them up. And when you see this shirt, I think it means something. Look at the Wolves logo, how it stands out full out in black. Castor, simple.
Do you know what? And the first thing I see, Theo, is what you've just said. You've got the wolf's head and you've got the passion, the aggression. You look at that wolf and you think, oh, you fear this team. You know what I mean? And that's what Wolves need. Again, this is one of your best. I'm giving you another A.
Ooh, we ended it on an A. I love this. Guys, please, we're just a few mugs. Tell us in the comments which are your favourite and worst kit that I've released today. Should your kit replace them? And replace it with Thog Artist. Thog Artist is back. Smash the like. There's no more talk. Let's go.